thì xoay mìn chính trị cũng chính pháp
Nó chậm dùng sữa rồi đi
nhiều mà dưới đầu bộ
Okay, we are live, day 393. We are live today looking at more properties coming onto the market. Now, interestingly enough, this property in North Birmingham came on the market for $249,000. This is 2343 Belmore Lane. Just to kind of give everybody an idea of what we're doing is we're filtered on properties that are less than 400 grand, 4-bedroom plus, single family homes only, and been under Redfin less than 3 days. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm just keeping tabs on what's happening in the market, what are properties coming onto the market for, and what areas and what pockets, so we can understand the market a little bit better. Because for the BRRRR strategy, right, BRRRR, buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat, the whole point of that strategy is really to, one, allow you to drive enough value, force enough value into the property so that you can get back out as much as your invested capital, so you can rinse and repeat using the same money that you initially invested to buy more properties. What are you playing with, Soleil? Is that a truck? That's cool. So the 70% rule is if you can buy a property for $50,000 and you can have a rehab of, let's say, $20,000, but you're able to make the property worth $100,000, well, all of a sudden you are now able, after its seasons.
Hi.
You want to say hi?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Hi.
Good job, Soleil.
What's
Thanks.
that?
This is a spreadsheet, Soleil. That is analyzing a deal right now. Oh, Soleil.
Uncle Mickey Mouse.
Uncle Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
No,
All right. So once you're able to get that property to be worth $100 grand, you can go get a debt service coverage ratio loan, a DSCR loan, for 70% of the value, 75% of the value sometimes in a cash or refinance. When you're able to do that, guess what? Now you're all of a sudden, you're going to be able to get that initial invested capital of 70 grand out as a loan. So you're essentially recuperating all your invested capital, and you still have $30,000 of equity in the 100 grand property. And if there's any cash flow, you get to benefit from the cash flow. So it becomes a quote unquote risk-free investment. Doesn't mean it's completely risk-free, but you have taken out all of your initial invested capital so you can continue to reinvest back into your portfolio. So for you to get the accurate, yeah, Bradford, can you give me 5 minutes?
house.
Okay, yeah, want to go house in 5 minutes?
Papa, come my house. Daddy, come my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, come my house. Mama, come.
All right, so after you get to your ARV, that's why getting the right ARV is so important. And that's why we're keeping on top of this post and this market to see what are properties being listed at, what dollar per square foot are they actually selling for. So this is $17.98 square foot, 1798. This property was built in 1978, which is a slightly newer property. So $1 per square foot is going to take your purchase price divided by your square foot, which is 138. That's a really high. That's a really high dollar per square foot in this market. So listed 1027.
Too many hands.
Too many hands.
Help me.
What do you want to do? 0.28 acres. 0.28. 0.28 acres. So I'm just writing down all these numbers. There's no garage, there's no basement, there's no HOA. And then what market is this property in? Let's see. What market? What neighborhood is it? This is probably closest to Hooper City. So I'm right, Hooper City, but across the 65 from the Fairmont. Hooper City. Hooper City.
To my head.
Across.
To my head.
I-65 from Fairmont.
Thank you, Daddy.
You're welcome, Soleil.
And Daddy's first.
And now we look at this property and exchange condition. This is that's a very nice kitchen in our opinion. No carpet, all new floors. Very nice bathrooms. It's really good.
Done?
Not yet. Couple more minutes, okay? Nice, modern kitchens and bathrooms with great finishes. Newly painted, new LVP light brown wood. All right, so now I remember the condition of this property. I know that this is probably as nice of a renovation as I'll probably do in this market. Otherwise, I may overrun it. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so now that I got this list on here, now I learned a little bit more about 35207, what's happening in this market. All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to analyze this deal now, 42343, just to see what it would take. And I'm going to go on hunch that it's not going to be a deal because we've only been looking at properties that are in like sub hundreds for it to be a deal. But let's see what it would take for us to get a 10% cash and cash return. You having fun, son? You having fun? You having fun bothering Daddy while he's analyzing you? Huh? You having fun? Okay. All right, so let's plug some numbers in on this deal. 248,900. 248,900. Let's plug in the details. 248,900. Our renovations are going to be barely minimal. Maybe just $1,500 for the roof in case they didn't do any roof repair and they only did cosmetic stuff. And no need to paint anything anymore. Maybe I'll replace 2 toilets with a high pressure flush toilet. That's because I haven't had any issues with the clogged toilet call. And you think about it, anytime you have a clogged toilet call, you're probably going to be paying like $200 to get a plumber out there and get it replaced and declogged it. So that's definitely not worth it. Okay, no scratching. No scratching. Okay, no scratching. That's your total rehab, 35. Oh, almost. We got to get the rent first. Okay, so how do we get the? In order for us to get the rent, we had to go to affordablehousing.com. Yeah, good job. And we'll go to market rent estimator. We plug in the address. We plug in the bedroom count, and then we're gonna get a average rent of $1,684. Oh, this is actually really high, right? Typically, we don't see rents going well above $1,400. You see a $1,684, and this is probably why the the purchase price is a lot higher. So at $1,684, let's plug that one right in. 1,684.
I use this.
Obviously, you gotta compare all the comps and stuff like that. Thank you. And then we're gonna get the property taxes numbers right from Redfin. That is cool. They're cool. Cool. Ah. All right. Our property tax is gonna be 109. Put 109 right here. That's interesting that the property tax is here in 35207, actually a lot lower. Our insurance is gonna be 193. Now I'm gonna do equals 193 times 1.2.
My sweet better.
Yeah, your feet is better.
Yeah,
what does that
they
mean?
not sweet.
No. So I'm multiplying 1.2 because I'm adding a 20% premium. I'm assuming there's 193 on Redfin's website is probably estimating that it's for a primary residence property. And insurance companies typically think or consider investment properties to be more risky. So they're going to charge a higher premium. Now, with a higher risk premium, you got to add a little bit of premium so that your number is a little bit more accurate. So that's why I'm multiplying by 1.2, okay? Then I got 10% set aside for maintenance. So this is money I'm setting aside every single month for things that I know it's going to get replaced, right? I know you're going to replace a roof in 10, 15, 20 years. I know you're going to replace a air conditioner every 5, 10, 15 years, depending on the life of your unit. And you're going to replace a water heater every 5, 10, 15 years as well. So you got to do all these replacements in order to get it correctly. Now, 10% for property management, 5% vacancy. If you're able to buy this property for 25% down, so I'm going to go to, let's do 20% and F19. My down payment is going to equal to my asking price in B4 multiplied by my down payment percentage in F19. So I'm going to be putting roughly around $50,000 for down payment. At 2.5% for closing costs, $3,500 for renovation, just in case anything happens. And my interest rate is going to be close to 7.25. My finance amount in K6 is going to equals to my asking price in B4 minus my cash to seller in E18. And let's assume that this loan starts in 10/1/24. No balloon. So this is going to give me a total cash flow, assuming I can rent this property out as a 4-bedroom for $1,684, which is really high. So just make sure you're comparing comps after a while. And that's going to cash flow negative $436 a month with that's a negative 8.8% cash and cash return, assuming you bought this property for roughly $249,000 with a $35 rehab, 20% down and 7.25% interest rate. Now, if you had to, let's say you want to target a 10% cash and cash return. Again, this is not investment advice. We're not soliciting any investments on this call. But if you go down to, let's say, $100,000, all of a sudden this is a very slam dunk deal. So now, because of how high the rents are, you can go up to $120,000, 122. Boom, that's so deal. So this is a lot higher of a purchase price compared to what we've been seeing in the market because the rent has been so high. And remember, yesterday we were low on price, well below $100,000. Today we'll get to 122, right? Because you're still able to yield a 9.96% cash and cash return. So if you're able to rent out for $1,684, you can cash for $257, and it's roughly around 10% cash and cash return. But that's assuming you can get it for a purchase price of $122 with a $35 rehab again. Everything else stays constant. Okay. And that's really the exercise I want you all to go through. It's you going through a market and understanding what scenario, what set of terms, what purchase price will make this quote unquote a deal. Right? Does that mean 10% is the magic number? No. But you want to have something to anchor around to compensate for your time, your energy, and really the execution risk that you're taking on. Because guess what? You're banking on the contractor showing up on time every single time, doing what they say they're going to do. Well, that doesn't always happen. So is it worth it for you to take on execution risk? I don't know. That's why it's not investment wise. You got to understand what your goals are, what your strategy behind your portfolio diversification is, and consult with your own investment professionals. Now, some people might just say, hey, I'm okay buying $1 million property, not making any cash flow. But if I'm experiencing 5% growth in my home price every single year, that might be more worth it. That might be a better investment. Okay. These are all the things that are so crucial towards your investment strategy working out, right? Because to bank on appreciation is very risky, but you got to understand why you're doing it, right? You have a stable W-2 income and you can afford a little hit here and there. I mean, that might not be such a bad idea. But again, I'm not in your position. I don't know every single detail of your circumstances. But the goal here is just for you to simply understand what you're doing every single day and just put it into practice. Okay. You guys want to copy the spreadsheet? Go to affordablehousing.io, go to the Get Deal Analysis tool, put in your name, your email, your phone number. That's the fastest way for you to get a copy of the spreadsheet. And I got nothing to sell you. I won't spam you. This is just a spreadsheet that I didn't make from scratch. I got it from a few other folks. I modified it, I tweaked it so that I can analyze deals as fast as possible. All right. I hope you all have an amazing Sunday. I hope you guys spend some quality time with your family for today because that's what life is all about. I'll see you all tomorrow for day 394. Have a good one, everybody.